It is an early morning, 12 days till Christmas, and actually a little bit cold here for Mississippi. But today we're going to look at a really interesting destination model. This is a new 2025 Forest River Sandpiper, model number 395MMG. This thing probably has one of the largest walk-in closets in the destination series, plus an extremely impressive bedroom. But if you're new here, I do welcome you to the channel, and let's get started. So with this being a completely new layout from Sandpiper, I'd like to briefly touch on some of the outside exterior numbers just to give you an idea on how big this thing actually is. So let me back up a little bit and bear with me. It's extremely cold out here. It's actually 30 degrees, so that's a little cold for Mississippi right now. So coming at you, 42 feet, 10 inches of total length. And speaking of the length, the entire hitch is completely removable. So if you happen to be putting this thing in place and creating a really cool patio, you can skirt this thing up really nicely and maybe even replace these smaller propane bottles with some larger ones. Again, 42 feet, 10 inches of total length. Dry weight as it sits is 12,900 pounds. I'll be sure to leave the hitch weight about here in the video. 2 air conditioners on board, both are 15K, fully enclosed and heated underbelly. Tankless water heater, pre-tinted windows from the factory. Here's just a few of the things they're extremely proud of. And again, my face is just frozen. My fingers are red right now. Extremely cold for Mississippi, but it's 12 days to Christmas. Hope you guys are having a happy holiday so far. Stepping inside though, we're gonna get this closed. The temperatures outside are just a little bit chilly to leave the door open at the moment. All the controls conveniently located right here next to the door. There's a sneak peek of your laundry room. So from back here all the way to the kitchen sink, you're right at 17 feet of space. Really tall ceilings also, 8 feet tall. Very tall slide box over here to the left, so if you're standing up at the desk right over there, you're not going to have to really worry about hitting your head. You do have some additional overflow sleeping right there to the right. That's a sleeper sofa. Check out the kitchen though. Extremely large kitchen for someone that's maybe looking to prepare a much larger feast. You know, it's all about the holidays this time of the year, so if you're needing that additional room, you have all those people inside your house, this thing is definitely equipped to do so. Let's go ahead though and get you turned around. We're going to start kind of right here in the living area, and then we'll touch back on some of the different features in the kitchen. Extra wide. You're looking at double slide out. With this only being a 96-inch wide construction, it just gives you the appearance that it's extra wide. 50-inch TV, Conic Smart TV. This does pull away from the wall, so if you're wanting maybe to pull it out, maybe change the angle so you can just sit over here in your Thomas Paine Collection theater seats, it does give you that available option for you. Again, sleeper sofa. I'll try to overlay another video showing you exactly what that looks like in the sleeping position. Check out the fireplace though, extremely large, 50-inch electric fireplace that does a really great job of just keeping this area here nice and warm. But notice the 4 vents in the floor. Main source of heat on board will be coming from the 40,000 BTU furnace. So let's talk about the propane use now. On board the RV, you have 2 20-pound tanks found on the front. So you have several things that are going to be utilizing this heat. I say heat, I mean propane. You got the vents in the floor. You have the 60,000 BTU tankless water heater. Plus, if you're going to be doing some cooking, you have also this really huge Furrion residential type oven. So here's just a suggestion from me. If you get this thing in place, maybe call someone out to maybe it set in place a much larger tank, maybe like an 80-pound. That's what we have at the house, is an 80-pound tank. That way you're not having to actually have those smaller tanks refilled that often, especially this time of the year when the temperatures out are just extremely cold. If you haven't noticed, all the kitchen hardware, such as the cabinetry on the top, plus the pull-outs and the cabinetry on the bottom, are all going to be on soft close latches as well. Check out the farm style sink. I'm a messy guy when it comes to washing dishes. I'm always splashing water everywhere. So this right here makes it a little bit easier for a clean freak like myself to get clean. All the windows are also going to be trimmed out with black roller shades. Breeze window also, so that's pretty sweet. My personal opinion though, all of these full-time RVs should have white subway tiles instead of this stuff here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. So let's swing around though and touch on the fridge. Typically when you have a destination series, they'll come with like a residential fridge, like the same one you can purchase at your typical hardware store. But this is going to be a 12-volt fridge that mainly works off of the battery on the front. Fridge on the top and your double pull-out freezer on the bottom. Here's just one. I like the desk. This is pretty cool. But what do you think about not actually having a physical table? So they have like removed the table, incorporating it now into the kind of like your kitchen countertops. But you know, if you're wanting to sit a larger family, it looks like it could be a little bit limited. But again, it is an RV for just a couple. Pretty cool option though. So this is your chair. These are extremely comfortable, extremely nice, but they provide you with this really cool cover, maybe for if you're in transportation and the chairs do swing around for some reason, maybe the husband brake checks, who knows. You're not going to have to worry about those chairs getting damaged. Plus some additional storage way up here on the top. Glass accent. Plus some additional options for maybe a King Wi-Fi range extender. What's the best option when it comes to Wi-Fi? So far, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it, but it seems like when it comes to the feedback for your internet options, I think Starlink seems to be the best option though. If there's something better, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always about sharing information with everyone in the RV industry. Did I leave the fridge open? I might have. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the laundry room. Extremely cool. Right over here to the left, stackable washer and dryer right there included. I don't see any other accessories to the right. Pretty cool place maybe to hang a broom or your mop. I'm liking the counter space. That's very nice. Having some additional pullouts like this and the laundry room is very nice as well. Outlets maybe for an iron if you're gonna maybe iron some clothes, but check this out. Here's just my opinion. When it comes to this wall right here, I feel like you can maybe integrate some kind of ironing board, maybe like a cabinet that actually houses all that. You know, what do you think? That's something I think I utilize at home a lot is my iron. I don't know, it's something I do. I iron my clothes, so I feel like that's something that's probably needed in a lot of RVs. Extremely nice king size bed, but check this out. You have the double slide out here in your bedroom, and it just gives you so much additional room. Of course, that's the screen for the sliding glass door. Those aren't installed until it actually gets in place. Let me get you inside and get turned around. We'll open up the bed as well, giving you what's the view that's under there. Tons of storage. Just some of the pullouts, solid wood. Does have those soft close latches on it as well. Breeze window here at the foot of the bed. I'm gonna go ahead and back up. So your TV connections is over here in the dresser. So if you're wanting to maybe set a large TV in place, it's like unlimited options right now. That's just huge. One of the additional thermostats, and notice on the ceiling you have a fan in the bedroom. How freaking cool is that? Closer look at your bed though. King size mattress. You have a shelf on both sides with something Sandpiper does a great job of. USB A, B, C, 110 outlets. This is just a picture window, meaning it doesn't open. Oh, I'm wrong. It actually does have a breeze window, so that's an emergency exit. The bed dimensions 72 by 80. I missed the sticker right over the bed. Plus you have a huge amount of storage found underneath the bed. Let's take a look at our mattress. This is typically like one of the first things that gets upgraded, but this looks like more of a memory foam at the moment. Let's go ahead though and make our way all the way to the front. We're gonna bypass the bathroom and look at this extremely awesome closet. So if I could give you an idea of dimensions, you are over 4.5 feet wide, maybe 4 feet in length. Each side is different. You have tons of storage, multiple shelves maybe to hang all of your stuff up at. Coming around to the right side, you have a cool place maybe to kick your, maybe some shoes or sandals off down there. Multiple points to actually hang all of your clothes up at, plus some additional Cabinetry way up on the top. All right, now that I'm off the phone, let's go ahead and take a look at the bathroom. So porcelain foot flush toilet. Sandpiper gives you the option when it comes to some of the destination series to replace the RV type toilet with a residential type. So with that being said, you'll have a tank physically on the back, so it's going to bring the overall toilet position a little bit further forward. However, too, if you do that, you're also going to be removing the holding tanks from the RV. So therefore, it kind of can be a little bit, honestly, a little bit better depending on your situation. If you're just going to leave it in place, removing the holding tanks from the RV sometimes makes a lot more sense than actually having them. Very tall ceilings again, over 8 feet tall, extremely cool teak seat, fiberglass, one-piece fiberglass shower also, so pretty cool, very nice build quality when it comes to the Sandpiper. This will be your view if you're standing in the shower. That's what I call a thermofoil countertop. It's like a hard sheet of plastic wrapped over the material, plastic sink, plastic faucet, plus some additional storage right over here. Check out the light. What do you guys think about that? How cool. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sales price at the MSRP. If you'd like to view more additional photos, also, there is a link found in the video description, but before you even go and look at that link in the video description, do me a favor, leave me some comments, maybe telling me where you're from, where you're watching these videos from, or of course just leave me a couple of thumbs up. All of your interactions with the video always help out. So, a date and time of making this video, maybe you can pause it. MSRP is $89,860.85, and of course our sales price can be viewed in that video description down below. Go ahead and drop me a couple of thumbs up. We're going to step outside and touch on a few things. Not really that much to touch on though when it comes to the outside of most destination series, because they are left in place for an extended period of time, so you're not going to have the fancy bells and whistles like when it comes to the overall suspension system. Very massive awning though, just about the entire campsite of the RV. So the coach is going to be stabilized from 4 sets of these manual scissor jacks. So keep this in mind. If you do decide to completely remove the tongue jack, which there's the bolts to do so, I recommend having someone to come out and professionally maybe put some blocks, maybe in the front, the back, as well as maybe even in the center. Here's also a good shot of your rack and pinion slides, plus the fully enclosed underbelly. This one does also in fact have heated holding tanks as well. Again, if you have the toilet replaced, you're going to have no holding tanks whatsoever. Maybe you'll probably have the freshwater tank left in. That's probably one thing they will leave. The 2 bottles on the front, again, I recommend having a much larger bottle set in place, maybe an 80-pound bottle. Extremely cool coach though. That's the exhaust for the furnace. Your rack and pinion slides. Sewer connections. You've got 2 different ones. This one's going to be here. Notice your pull handle there. That's for the holding tank. That's another one for your gray. Power connection, that's the dryer vent. All the main connections though are really back from the back. City water connection in your black tank flush located here. That's an outdoor shower to wash your hands when you're finished doing all that dirty work. And that's the exhaust for your 60,000 BTU tankless water heater. Coming around to the back, all LED lighting. Manual stabilizer jacks on the back. LP quick disconnect, so if you want to maybe have a outdoor grill, if you build a huge patio, the connections are available for you. And what that does is it runs off the propane on the front. However though, if you follow the Sandpiper brand and you just happen to know many of their layouts, take a look at the Sandpiper 3800 RK. Exactly alike with a few changes, but the front closet on this thing is just extremely impressive. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Continue to like and subscribe. Come and see us.